Mac, what an interesting day to jump into your first stream. I am sorry. What's good? Forgive me, I'm trying to psych myself up for this. Not doing well. God, it's funny. The comments are definitely not set up for the shit I wanted to talk about. And I don't think I'm ready for it either. So some of you might have seen the posts that I've done in the past few days. Things haven't been going so well, brain-wise. I've been trying though. Like I've been trying to give myself days to relax and think about things. And it's tough, man. It really is. Because I think it's hard to explain YouTube or just like the process of having to constantly make things, and we'll see how they do. Even with like Tumblr, I feel like it's actually kind of look like it's getting superseded by Space Orc since I brought that back, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited about that because people do love that series, and I do too. And then the shorts are actually doing better. Like German Dinosaurs, I think, superseded every long-term video that I've done in the past week, which is cool. But I think I've had to realize that YouTube itself has changed since I started. And I think I just refuse to accept it, which is why I try to do all of my things on one platform, and then I people pleased, moved things over, hated that, brought it back, made my situation much worse because I refused to listen, which was one of the things I apologized for, and I'm going to apologize for it again now, because whether some people have realized it or not, I've been kind of a dick to people because I got really selfish with my artwork. I was trying to push I wouldn't say an agenda, but push the idea that you could look past characters on physical appearances and look on things on a deeper level. And I think I realized it's not everyone's cup of tea, whether or not. Like, some people just want to see the figures and be like, this pleases my brain, that's all I'm going to talk about. That's fine. I'm not going to try to hide the fact that, like, Sienna, Sana, Rey, every curvy character was, like, built that way. Just, like to not deny they were built that way. But they were, because I enjoy those shapes, too. I'm just like those guys. But I also wanted to make a story out of it. And I know that led to a lot of scrutiny. My artwork had ended up on r/men drawing women on an occasional basis, and it ended up on jerk building, which I guess is sort of like a Reddit subreddit that is dedicated to basically outing artists who draw curvy figures and then try to cover up those facts with like just crazy lore ass reasons. And I don't know. Reddit's Reddit. You can be mad, you can be upset. I think it was just one of those things. I saw it. I shouldn't have gotten mad, but I got mad. And it made me look at my artwork like in a different light. That maybe there was something to it. And the one thing that I think I did realize, I stopped drawing for me. Like, this is silly to say, but I think in my original Cosmic Wonders concept that I was going to do, I think the only characters I really wrote down and wanted to use were Sienna, Shiro, Ray, and Perio. And everything else was just sort of going to be like an NPC sort of deal. But there was such excitement and joy from my crowd that I sat there and I started building more and more characters that they would all like, that they all appreciated. I ended up loving some of them. Like Sana and Kevin are two of my favorite characters. Well, Kevin now. Like Kevin existed as a joke character, and then I took that joke character and I made it seriously. But I realized most of my creations were to please other people and not myself. And I think that's why it made it so hard for me to try to do other series with this. Because it was supposed to just be artwork, and that was really all it was going to be. Like, I was going to tell stories through all the artwork and like subtext, because I love subtext. It's one of my favorite bits of media literacy, which, not to bash the internet, subtext is really hard to do when you blast it to a very, very, very large crowd. Because it just leads to a lot of questioning, it leads to a lot of assumptions, it leads to things just not being looked at the way you wanted them to look at it. But then I suppose that is where the whole concept of death of the artist comes from, because it's up to interpretation once you throw it out into the web. So I shrugged it off. I kept going. I tried to do the animated series by myself. Big mistake. I hurt myself so badly doing that, mentally, physically, what have you. And then I tried to push it on everybody because I felt justified in doing it. Like, I threw myself into so much pain. You have to look at this because this is what I was working on while reading these silly posts. And that was such a shit mood to be in, to share that series. So when it didn't do well, I felt worse. So I pushed it aside. I was trying to figure out what the hell could I do to make it better, not looking at it the way I was supposed to be looking at it, which it was supposed to be me telling a story, not telling stories that would make people feel good or happy. I wanted to tell a story about change and coming to terms with depression, because Sienna was always supposed to be a character that had depression and was masking it with joy, and realizing that toxic positivity is a very unhealthy lifestyle. And I didn't get to tell that story because I got so caught up in everything else. I lost track of what that story was supposed to be. So then I tried to do it again. I made V2, and it changed a lot. Like, Sienna dealt with trauma. There was like a lot of characters became center focus. I think V2, Asai played more of a main character than what Sienna was, and I was fine with that because maybe it would be fine to change it into like a young adult sort of series where it's a coming of age thing and you learn to grow strong, and then you realize the big perspective of all things, because then it would become Justice's story, who was Allie, and I don't know. I tried to do the webtoon, and I just didn't have the drive for that either, because it didn't feel me anymore. None of this really feels me anymore. Because I felt so stuck trying to make new things and constantly trying to express myself in different ways, and then being upset that it seems like when you express yourself and on a platform like YouTube, that even though it's all algorithmic based, you still see those numbers and those commentaries, and you wonder if maybe it is you. Maybe the things that you are expressing just don't have people's interest. And then I had the confusion, because then when I posted those 2 posts this week, realizing how many people did like this series, it confused me. It upset me, because I was like, where was all this? Where was all this that I couldn't see it? And then I realized I wasn't looking at it. It was always there. And that just made me feel really shitty. I know this is not what the channel's for. The channel was supposed to be good vibes and funny shit, and it's going back to being good vibes and funny shit, because I think I need that for myself too. Not just for the crowd, but also for myself, because this channel was originally a hobby channel. It was just me reciting posts while I was doing the voiceover stuff, and then the voiceover stuff took a decline. So I switched to doing this. This became my job. And it stopped feeling fun across all things. There's a lot of emotions I'm feeling right now, and I'm trying to keep it super calm, because it's easier to explain it clearly than trying to bubble my way through it with tears or anger or anything like that. Because I think some people got a good glimpse of it last night during Andy's D&D stream. I was putting up the character, but I was also I think I let anger get the best of me, and it brought out a fantastic performance, but I felt so horrible after. Because I felt that was more my anger than it was the character's anger. Because nothing has felt fun for me in the past few months. And I need that to stop. And I'm telling you all this now because I don't want to be that guy who just leaves a channel in the dark and everyone wonders where I went. I can't be that guy. There's too much of an audience to just be like, yeah, fuck off, I'm gone. It's hard, because I don't want to leave the stage. I still want to keep performing. I still want to keep doing things, but I need to be better about it. I need to let art come back to being for me, and then just letting the audience see it wherever it is, instead of trying to shove it into the audience's face. And that includes my music too. Yeah, I think we can come down from the somber notes here. This stream is probably going to only be like an hour, but why don't we take the rest of the stream to come down from the sadness, and we do a Q&A. So if you guys got questions about anything, by all means, let's get started. Favorite game of all time? It's definitely, I think, as I got older, I realized Ocarina of Time was my favorite game. Breath of the Wild was there for a while, but then after playing like Ocarina of Time again for the streams and trying out randomizers and like the PC port, it's become my all-time favorite. was your biggest aspiration when first starting? Like the channel or just voice acting in general? I think of voice acting in general. I liked performing. I was very uncomfortable being on stage, like, because I'm a big man, and being a big man in 2008 made you a pretty big open target. So I was trying to find other outlets for it. So I think I just wanted to give my best performances without being seen. And now here I am on YouTube with a much bigger audience, but it's still my voice. Luckily, no one can see me right now. You just see a floating head. What is your favorite song? My favorite song? Rhythm by Sum 41. It's actually, anytime I get new headphones to listen to, that's usually the first song I put on to test them out, because there is so much going on in that song to listen for the lows and the mids and the highs, just to see how good that song is. It's also one of the first songs I ever got in FLAC format, which is really good audio quality, and I'm amazed that I could find it, because that's an old song and an old album, so it's amazing that a FLAC for that song existed. Are you ginger or blonde? My dumbass can't tell. Okay, funny story. I was born a redhead, and then I don't know if it was just, just because of how dark my hair looked at birth, but as I got older, it started becoming blonder. It's only until I think when I was around 24 I started doing natural dyes to make it red again. And now it's kind of a mishmash of brownish red, and I have some white hairs growing. I've come to accept that my hair is starting to gray. I don't know if it's from stress or it's just a curse the Seymour bloodline has, but yeah. Are you okay with people making continuous? Absolutely. The characters exist. That media is still out there. I don't know if I want to continue Cosmic Wonders or not, but it still had an impact on people. So if you want to make fan art for it, by all means, go ahead. What is your comfort movie? Mine's Guardians of the Galaxy. Good choice. My comfort movie. I have two. One for more feel-good vibes, which is Soul. Soul is a really good movie to find inspiration for yourself. And then I have a guilty pleasure comfort movie, which is Team America: World Police. The movie has aged horribly. There's something about it. I think it's the puppetry and the music that really just makes me fucking giggle anytime I watch it. Will you keep the art and stuff you made of Cos 1 up? Absolutely. I'm not taking any of that down. Any commentary that comes after it, I'm just gonna fucking ignore it. Because at this point, yeah, characters be thick, whatever. It's done. It's over with. I'm done being mad about it. What's your favorite YouTuber to watch? I have a couple, actually. If you're looking for someone who likes to break video games and test their limits, Let's Game It Out is fantastic. My favorite essayist is 16 Leo. Well, he does more investigative things than really essays. They're really good, though. And there's also, I was watching Geno Samuel for the longest time when the series ended, and of course the themes got darker, so it got a little too uncomfortable for me to watch. But I mean, the story Geno told about Christian was dark, disturbing, and also eye-opening, because it's interesting what happens when you roll into the darkest sides of the internet and left unattended. Yeah, absolutely, Maria. If you got one, I'd love to hear them. And just in terms of favorite just regular entertainment channel, The Grumps. I stopped watching Game Grumps. I find Power Hour to be much funnier for my sense of taste and humor. But hey, and then again, it's they did something that I should have taken out of their book. They separated that content to a different channel. But it's nice to see that channel thriving. Like, I really think those two work together for live action comedy. Oh yeah, Chef Rillis, if that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I love their stuff too. I've watched a few of their videos. I need to hit the subscribe button because their new stuff is looking really, really funny. Are you gonna start a Discord or not? I have two actually. I have one for Cosmic Wonders, and I have one for my regular. I believe if you go to, I think one of the older late night Tumblr videos, there's a link to it because I don't think links work in chat right now. We've tried a couple of times and I don't think it took. I just haven't re-enabled it, so sorry about that, Mac. But yeah, there's a Discord. You like burbs? I love burbs. My partner has two burbs. They're my favorite burbs in the world. It's a shame because it's probably the benefits of a long distance relationship, because I don't think those birds and JoJo would get along really well. Monsters in Paris. I have heard of that. I haven't watched it. I might have to. Okay, if your siblings got a question, by all means. What kind of burbs? What color? Two cockatiels. One is yellow. One is more whitish. Their names are Summer and H-E. Favorite burbs. My favorite burb is the Java Sparrow. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's funny because it's got Java in the name, so of course I like it. Well, let me get a picture of that for you guys, and so you can see how freaking cute this burb is. They look like mochi. Okay. Burb. Look at that burb. That's a top quality burb right there. You look at that. I'm gonna put it in the corner somewhere. This is a little burb. We'll put him next to Kirby. Burb. My partner and I, we call them living mochi because they, like, if you hold them, if you hand raise them, they will use your hands as like a bed, and they will just like melt into your hand. There's no bones in this bird. This is just a marshmallow. My sister somewhat asked this, but I wanted to give a suggestion. Since the future of Cosmic Wonders is uncertain, perhaps a server for it can be in your art channel. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I'll add the links to the current animations that are up in the art channel after our stream, and then you guys can join in on it. How do you feel about this Labrador? I love Labradors. I think most people knew this if they've watched my channel for the longest time. I've had a lot of Labradors in my life. Unfortunately, they've all lived full lives. My family right now has sort of a mixture dog called Leah, and I've introduced Leah a couple of times. But they ended up living with my family because the apartment I live in now she was a bit too big to qualify, and that's fine. But she's happy. She's a mixed breed. She is an American Pit Bull, Border Collie, a couple of mixture things. It's like the mixed breed has a nickname for it called Kentucky Squirrel Dog, but then like you look it up and it's like 6 different breeds mixed into one. Which at that point I'd be like, bro, just call it a breed, because I'm pretty sure that's how making different dog breeds works. Yeah, no Twilight Princess stream today. It's just been rough. I don't have the energy to play that game, and I'm actually kind of pondering if I want to continue it, because I'm realizing I'm hitting the content of the game that I'm like sort of ugh about. Even when I was playing it, like when I was 16, I was like, ugh, these dungeons. What kind of manga or manhwa do you like? I actually don't read a lot of manga and manhwa. I usually figure out what's been going on in like certain new pieces of content through my partner because they read manga and manhwa. Not really my cup of tea these days. You seen or played Hades 2? I have not played Hades 2. I have seen it. The discussions on the character designs is quite fascinating because the character designs are really, really good. Like, that's some inspiring work they've got going on there. I also know it's kind of led to some scrutiny because I guess some designs are more controversial than others, but then again, I know how that feels. But yeah, it's fine. If you got approved by somebody, you got approved by somebody, and that design exists. You know, the Temple of Time and Twilight Princess sucks. I hate it. Have seen DreamWorks Bad Guy. I have. It's a very good movie. Of the DreamWorks, I probably rank it 6 in my top 10. Prince of Egypt will always, it is hard to beat. That'll always be number 1 for me. When was the last time you had your, I'm doing right now. Hold on. There you go. You teching computers and stuff? If so, what kind? I actually am into tech stuff. Most of my tech fascination is with audio equipment. So, like audio interfaces, headphones, stuff like that. It's good stuff. I like listening to it, analyzing it. Unfortunately, I reached a point this month where I had to sell some of that equipment to make ends meet because, oh boy, this economy sucks right now. But it's fine. It's stuff I should have let go of because it's just been sitting on a shelf doing absolutely nothing. That being said, if you ever wanted to own a shotgun microphone from me, no, smile. Is any video you created that you really enjoy? Ooh, damn, a tough one. I feel like my final Gods Create series. I still think had the biggest impact on me, and I can feel it too with like the comments that still show up on that. In terms of stuff that I was proud of and I wish it took off better, I wish my Hyrule audiobook did better. I stopped doing that one too, sadly. It was hard. I think I saw like maybe 7 people interested in it. I was like, cool, I'll do it. And then like YouTube fucking kicked me in the shins with it. I even got like told by like analysts that were just like, you need to get rid of this. I was like, all right. It sucks when like content is no longer art. You ever get so normal about a video game you see it in your wallpaper? Yeah, for the longest time my computer had Kakariko Village from Breath of the Wild for it, especially when like the ultra wide. It was like a 32:9 ratio picture of Kakariko Village. It looked really cool. I was like, I'm so normal about this. Did the Rabbit Hole series do well? It did. I just need to do more episodes of it. Because there's a lot of interesting rabbit holes and I just haven't had the time to research them. Would you ever doing a collab with Claire as VA for the heck of it? If she was up to that, totally. I'm not sure what Emily and I could play and if they wanted us to do it in character. I don't know how popular Perkins is to merit that it would be like a good advertising thing, but I mean, if Claire's VA wanted to do it, that'd be awesome. PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. Yes. Just like game consoles exist. They're all fun. Is there anything you're into that you never really mention? I don't talk about my cooking endeavors as much as I usually do. It's funny because that's what I went to school for. Well, half of school for. That was one of the thoughts I had when I was originally starting YouTube, was to do a cooking channel. I just don't think I have the equipment to do it properly. And it's also one of those things, a good chef cheats. There's a lot of things that are just like, I could make all of this homemade, or I could buy it for $2 and just throw it in the mixture. So I think if I did that, it would definitely have to be a much separate channel. And it would probably be like cooking easy, but cooking with class, I guess. What did you think of the Princess Peach game? It's cute. It's not something I'd probably play, but it's cute. Also, did Peach's voice get deeper? Am I crazy? I feel like the Princess Peach, like in the new one, is got like a much. I know it's the same voice, but she feels much deeper. It's like it's a good different. Like, if there's like any way I could explain it, I think Princess Peach has needed quite an update over the years. But she sounds really nice in that one. I did notice, though, I actually bring up a very interesting point. I even noticed that they kind of changed the box art, too, to look more like Movie Peach. Which I guess is a smart move if you're a marketing expert, because most kids probably got introduced to Mario through the Mario movie. Did you ever finish the Super Mario RPG remake? No. I think I'm right before the volcano. That's as far as I got, and then my brain went to go do other things. Do you perhaps have a favorite soup? Damn, that's a tough-ass question to answer. I love soups. It's my favorite thing to make. If I had to pick a favorite, pho. Like really good pho with like lime and cilantro and just like a little bit of a spicy chicken to it. Oh, it's good stuff. Is there any upcoming game or movie, TV show that you're excited for? I've got I've got false hopes for Assassin's Creed Shadows. Because I've always, I feel like that game series definitely needed to go to Japan to do a good Assassin's game. But there's a lot of Ubisoft marketing things that had me nervous about it. So I might just watch from a distance on that one until I decide, okay, I'm gonna play this. This looks fun. I'm about chaos of the quiz. Do you have a favorite pet? Oh no, Lottie, why? Lottie, why? I have to say JoJo, she's looking right at me. I can't. No, I'll actually answer that question very seriously, and I think most people know this. Zeke was my best friend. That boy was the love of my life. I loved that fucking dog. Fuck, I'm actually crying now thinking about it. He came into my life when I think I needed him most. Because, it was around the time that I lost my grandmother to lung cancer, which I'm very against smoking in anything of that capacity because of it. And then during the wakes and everything, Abby gave birth to Zeke's brothers and sisters and Zeke. So they were old enough to be start giving to people. So we brought one to the wake for a family friend who wanted one. We decided to keep one for ourselves because I think we all needed something to just keep our mind off of losing grandma. And since then, Zeke's been there from the beginning of my channel and beyond. He's just a good source of comfort when I needed him. And that dog loved unconditionally. I don't think he had an ounce of hate in his body for anyone. Fuck. It's amazing even after all this time. It still hurts. Sorry. Just... He's a good boy. I still listen to that song I composed for him. Because I feel like it's the one big connection I have to him right now. On that subject, Mur, to answer your question, how do I approach writing music? From the heart, as you can tell. Most of it, all of my songs have had to do with mental health in some capacity. It's all like Dual Minds was me handling BBD. A lot of the stuff was dealing with ADHD. Some of it was dealing with depression. Long Summer Night was about regrets and coping with them in negative ways. I've only had a few funny songs. There was Gotcha Life, which was still kind of a dark element because it was talking about gotcha game addiction, and then Freelancer Buffet, which is the fact that you work yourself to the bone and you have nothing to show for it, so you kind of just eat what you have in front of you. But those are still kind of funnier songs than they are sad songs. But Long Summer Night definitely came from a very deep place with me because I fucked up a lot in my younger days. I was not a good person. I hurt people, and I hurt people closest to me, and I coped with it in very, very terrible ways. So Long Summer Night was sort of, I guess, a letter from older me to younger me, just to get away from the bottle and drugs, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you have to look at yourself and realize that there's some things that once you fuck them up, there's no taking it back. And that's why I get so dedicated to that one stupid post I made about toothpaste words, because I never realized how much that lesson was supposed to be ingrained to me. That once you let something out and it causes harm, there's no going back on it. The words are out there. You could try to fix it and maybe say it with words or actions, but you still fucked up. And that's just something you have to come to acceptance with. And you can let it control you, you can let it hurt you, or you can just take the harshest lesson you can get from it, and it's to be better. And I only wish I was better when I was in my 20s. Because now it feels like in my 30s, there's so many things I wish I just would have done right. So now I'm going to try to do all those right things at this age. Which is also kind of the whole point of kind of, I wouldn't say resetting the channel, but starting to back to where I think it got the most enjoyment. If that makes sense. The toothpaste thing. Okay. So, the toothpaste project in school was, for me, our guidance counselor came in and gave this. The guidance counselor handed us a bunch of like small Crest toothpaste tubes, you know, like the ones you unscrew the cap on, you squeeze, the toothpaste comes out. So he said, all right, you have one job. Unscrew the cap and let all the toothpaste out of the bottle. So us being 9, we're like, hell yeah, let's do that. So you squeeze it all out, you have fun with it, you shoot it like all over the desk, you whatever you want to do, because you were 9, you were basically said, make mess. And then the counselor said, all right, that was good. Now try to put all the toothpaste back in the bottle. That's where like the vine boom noise would probably kick in, if that was relevant when I was 9 years old. So of course, because it was a project, we tried to put it all back in. You got like little bits of it, but no, if you squeeze the bottle too hard, it's not gonna reshape to the way you want it to. There's no way to fix it. So you fucked. And when all students finally gave in and realized we can't do this. And we weren't allowed to like cheat, because I've seen some people reply in the Tumblr post like, oh, if you cut it with scissors, you can put it back in. I was like, no. This is a heat of the moment thing. You don't have the tools. There's no extra things you can do. This is basically, you gotta use your own hands to get it back in the bottle. And it don't work. And then when it was done, the counselor said, I want you to use this when you think about when you're going to say to somebody in the heat of the moment. And realize once you put it out there, once you do that, you can't take those words back. That's the lesson. So, I wish I remembered that when I was in my 20s. In my 30s now, I'm very careful with the words that I say. And even then, when I feel like I've said the wrong thing, I feel absolutely fucking terrible about it. Because I think that's the anxiety part. Like, shit, I said something that they're probably not happy with. I'm just gonna go sit in a corner and be upset for a while. I fucked up. But yeah, I've been very careful with how I say things. And that's why I also super duper clarify on things. Because, like, that's what happened with the post yesterday, where it was like, the message was supposed to be, I was selfish, thinking, this is my channel, I could do whatever the hell I want with it. But I think there was a misconception that I didn't think it was my channel. It is my channel. But when you are a larger scale channel that has made a platform on certain pieces of media, you should honor that and take care of it, instead of trying to push it to the side and say, fuck it, this is my child, I can do whatever I want with this child. No. It's basically, this channel exists to also help me do all the other things I wanted to do. And it has. And I should have taken care of it better. Creating, like, media is all about compromise. Not just, like, even, like, on larger scale movies or video games. It comes down to even YouTube and just general development of content in general. Because all parties involved need to compromise on what it wants to be. And I should have listened to analysts, my managers, other creators, instead of just being like, no, that sounds stupid, I'm just going to keep doing my shit, unaware that is a very serious ass gamble with a big old channel like this. I've come to full terms. 500,000 subs is not something to sneeze at. That's a lot of eyes on you. Like, if you try to put 500,000 people in one room, have them look at you, holy shit, the pressure. It's a lot of people. And I ignored that. Because I still had small channel energy in mind. I was like, fuck it, I'll do whatever I want. And then it started to affect finances and engagement and just crowds being confused on what the hell the channel's supposed to be. It was an eye-opener. Speaking of putting all the subs in a room, do you ever plan on doing a con meetup? If I got invited to cons, probably. I know I tried. I almost got invited to one, but there was a schedule conflict, so I couldn't go. It was, I believe it was one of the BL cons because I believe Evolokia launched when that convention was going around, and I was in it as Gozu. So they wanted me for it, but there was a schedule conflict, and I just couldn't go. But if there is a chance that I can do a con meetup, that'd be awesome. I'd love to do that. If you can go back in time and talk to your past self, what advice would you give to your younger self? Don't fuck up. Think about your actions carefully, because your heat of the moment remarks will be, could be, not would be, could be your greatest mistakes. Do you still keep in touch from friends of the old days? Jess, Michaela. Michaela and I talk on an occasional basis. Jess, I'll be fully honest. We haven't talked in a while. I think it's just because her schedule is very busy. Anytime that I've showed up in recent videos, I think the last one I did was the one where she was adopted by like basically the equivalent of Barbie and Ken. That I got contacted about that through a third party to record for, and that's fine. It's when your company's that big, the less hands you got to put on to do work, the better. That's fine. I think the last time Jess and I actually sat down and chatted, I believe, was right before I got COVID for the first time. Because we were talking about something to do with Travis. I won't go into details because I'll just say it wasn't season 7. It wasn't that. That's the only thing we're gonna say. But when that ball got rolling, I got sick, and I told them it was COVID, and then I think that was the last time I talked to Jess personally. Since then, it's always been third parties when it's come to anything else. And that's fine. I've come to realize we have two very different directions in life, and I think you just kind of lose touch. And that's fine. I Godspeed to her and whatever work she's doing now. If she's having fun with it and she's feeding her kids, because I know she's got a huge family, all the more power to her. Do you miss voicing Travis? I do. Travis was a fun character. I'm proud to admit that. He was a very fun character to record for. Because he went through a lot. Even the funny stuff, the dramatic stuff, how he was raised, how season 6 turned him. It was a wild ride to voice Travis, and I definitely don't regret voicing him. I do miss voicing him though. And if given the chance to ever reprise for whatever she decides to do with those characters, I'd be happy to. But we'll see. I love Joltik. He's an adorable bug. Yeah, it's those Aftwit. Aftwit, I'm actually really happy that Aftwit is still active to this day. It's very interesting to see because it really does feel like it's like a sleeper cell word. You can type in aftwit and you'll get a flurry of responses. But it's nice to see that they're still going and they're still having fun. It's nice to see when people enjoy something with that much love in their heart for it. Part of me feels jealous too. It's like my partner and I were watching a streamer live react to FF16, and they had so much joy just on the splash screen and the opening music. Like, they were crying, and there was a part of me that felt really jealous because I don't think I've ever felt that way about a game or a piece of media at all. Like, Legend of Zelda has like a big impact on my life, and it's what inspired me to create so many things. But like, I've never felt that way about any of those titles. Like Breath of the Wild, despite being one of my favorite titles from it, I think I had a good general source of excitement. The music was very pretty, but I didn't cry over it, and I kind of wish I did. Is it nice to look back at Nostalgia PM? Yes and no. I think when you have a heat of the like a spur of the moment nostalgia, like if you suddenly see Hey Arnold on TV, you're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna watch this. I think when nostalgia starts to become escapism, I think that's when it becomes a problem. And I've caught myself doing that quite often. I'd end up buying like a lot of like retro stuff that I didn't really need. I just kind of bought it and assumed, oh man, this will make me feel so much better, and then I don't fucking do anything with it, and then I feel terrible. It's tricky because nostalgia does sell from a marketing standpoint. That's a double-edged sword of going to school for a business degree. You understand why some businesses do what they do, and you hate it, but you also respect the hustle, because then you know that's how they're gonna make fucking money. That's why remakes are like such a weird like mixture of emotions with me, because when a remake is good, it's great and it sells well, but then when you have the really good remake and people start piggybacking off the idea of making more remakes, and they're soulless, or they're just retextures, or they don't do anything to improve it, I'm looking at you, Chrono Cross. Looking at you. It's trickier. Because you know why the companies do it. And you understand that they have to do it. But it's... Can we have a VOD? Yeah, the VOD will probably exist after stream. Unless I've said something really stupid. You have any advice for producing content? Yes. Don't be like me and try to do too much. If you have a piece of passion in your heart, make that your content. And just spread it how you want to. Don't try to do like 7 different pieces of ideas and try to do them all at once, or you hurt yourself doing it. But my opinion is not absolute. I think that is the biggest takeaway that people can give to advice. Advice is opinions. It's not facts. It's my favorite dinosaur. Bro. Spinosaurus, baby. You see that shit? That's a cool-ass dinosaur right there. Y'all hear about the Gex reboot? Oh, no. I have not heard about the Gex reboot. I had a feeling it was coming. God forbid, because they did a Bubsy reboot. Fun fact about the Bubsy reboot. The VA for the Bubsy reboots is the same VA for iconic Final Fantasy VIII character Squall. It's the last animated show that got you emotional. Not cry emotional, BoJack. Dude, I still think about that final episode. That was a very powerful way to end the series. Like, on the way down, hurt. But the very last episode hurt more. Any tips for budget mics or setup stuff in general? Okay, so if you are on a budget and you just need a good microphone to talk into, Samsung CO1U Pro USB edition. Amazon, I think, sells it for like $40 now. That was like the go-to mic for every amateur VA back in like 2008. And it has not aged horribly. It sounds fantastic. I recorded both versions of Long Summer Night were recorded on the CO1U because it can hold in your hand really nicely. So when you got to do the very up-close rap vocals, it's fantastic. I love that microphone, and I will always sing its praises. And the fact that it's only $40 is fucking nuts, man. How? Yeah, in terms of microphones, that one's great. Setup-wise, if you already have like a pretty nice room, you could just rock like one of the knockoff Chaotica eyeballs. There's you can just put isolation mic ball on Amazon or eBay or whatever, and you'll get things that I'm talking about. It's basically a giant foam sphere that sits around your microphone and it acts like a mini booth. It's great. I love it. It's absolutely good for singing. I'm not gonna name names, but a lot of relevant YouTube musicians, I remember starting with the CO1U for singing, and they sounded great with it. It's great. It's perfect. Use it. Especially if you're an iPad person, for the Samsung CO1U, get the USB-A to USB-C cable, plug that in, put on GarageBand, use like leading vocals or narration. Oh my God, you'll sound fantastic with it. I'm not even fucking joking. Like, it's amazing how far iPad has come. Like, I know most people joke on that shit, but the fact that I can plug in a microphone right now into an iPad and just put on GarageBand and hit narrator, and it handles so much good EQ balance. Holy shit. It's fucking amazing. I wish I had this thing when I was 18. I'm 34 now, and like, I look at my iPad going, where were you? Where were you when I needed you most? So yeah, Lottie, Samsung. I'll show you the microphone right now, chat. I'll see Samsung. Let's see on here. I think I've actually I've talked about this on a post once. But yeah, it's this guy. You've seen me talk about this guy. Look at this guy. This is a good ass microphone right there. And then okay, so you got this. Well, let me show you the little foam ball. Isolation mic ball. Okay. This one's not a ball. I'm gonna say that right now. It's still good though. Okay, so you got this, and then you get one of these. You get one of these, and you go like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna put this on the microphone. Boink. Put this in your iPad. Fuck. You'll be set as like an amateur content creator for a good chunk of years. Yes, Maria. This is the hexagon of good sounds. Bask in it. It's fantastic. I gave this and this microphone to my partner, and they sounded fantastic on just streams and like FF14, like call out things for raids. It was great. Use these. Okay, we're gonna hide this now. And then what's another thing I could recommend to you guys? Oh, okay. Let me think. It's gotta be another important thing. Oh, just microphone mounts. If you don't want to hold this thing in your hand, let's see. I've had good. Where is it? Okay, where is it? There we go. That's the one. Okay. Specific boom arms I recommend, and this one you want double layered. You want one of these guys because they'll handle so much shake. So if you don't want to hold the microphone in your hand, like I know like 16 Leo and I think Napster do this, where like they hold the microphone in their hands when they're doing essays. And that's fine if you're just doing like, you know, just the essay things and you do a lot of hand gestures. I think Kappa Kaiju also does this. But yeah, if you're like at a desk and you're drawing, get one of those. This is good. This is a good one. It's actually like, this is the same price as the Samsung. Like this one's 40 and I will recommend it every time. What is it called if I want to look for it? It is the InnoGear, INNOGEAR microphone boom arm. Hey Pam, are there any new anime out you enjoy? Fearin. Fearin is great. I love the concept. And also elves. This is a big plus. Apothecary Diaries is really good. I love that one. Heaven's Official Principles it's a Chinese anime, and it's fantastic. Holy shit, the art for that show is so good. There's like one sequence where it's zooming up on the character while he's sitting in the chair and all of his beads and his tassels are flowing and all of his hair locks, and I'm like, holy shit, the budget for this anime is great. Let me see if I can find it. It's such a banger of like a transition. Let's see. It's gotta be. Yeah, they know. They know. Okay. Let's just save it. Tumblr, please, be my friend. Okay. Here we go. We'll try to zoom in, but like, I don't know if it'll let me zoom in. But just look. Oh, there we go. There we go. Look! Look at the budget! That's just for an intro! It's so pretty! Look at this man. Look at this man. It's a good-ass budget right there. Holy shit. Just gonna, you know what? We're gonna put him in the corner, too. Thank you, Sunlong, for existing. You're a good man. You're a good-ass man. You'll go in the corner, too. Yeah, hang out with the bird. Yeah, there we go. Oh, hey, I melted on the floor. Yeah, that's what this guy does to you. Did you ever have fictional crushes? Bruh. Bruh. Where do I even fucking start? I will say, with full pride in my heart, my first cartoon crush was Johnny Bravo. God damn that man. God damn that man. Holy shit. I think he was like my, like not gay awakening, but definitely a awakening. I was like, oh man, maybe I do like more than girls. Shit. I live in a very conservative region. I gotta hold this into my heart until I'm dead. And then around 26, I decided, fuck it, I'm gonna wear this with pride. Look at this little corner we have set up here. We have Kirby, the birds, Songwon. Fuck. We need to, you know what we need, guys? You know what we need? I think we need Johnny Bravo. Let's go. Let's put him in the, we need him in the corner. Where are you, Johnny? Johnny, oh, my love, my muse, my flame. Get in here. Get in here, you hunk of a man. Why? Is it because it's a web? Is it a web P? Is that why? It is a web P! God, fuck this format! Ugh. Hate this format. Why does it exist? No. Let me have him! Let me see the full-size image. Now can I save it as something other than web P? I hate you. Why? Why WebP? Why are you like this? Johnny, please. Johnny, please! Alright, fine. We're gonna have to cheese strat this. Okay, there we go. Oh, don't quit opera. That's where my music is right now. Alright, Johnny! There you are, buddy. You can sit next to me. Hi. Hi, Johnny. I love all of the compilations people have been putting up lately on Twitter of Johnny not beating the gay allegations. I'm like, yeah, prove to me that he likes men. I want to kiss him. It's such good shit. It's like, Johnny, you ain't beating the allegations, buddy. Just join me. Join me in this queer spectrum. Let's see. There's rumors that Johnny Bravo is the next character adding the multiverse. Oh, fuck. I might have to get the game then, don't I? Oh, no. On that note, any tips to deal with the boy crush? No, good luck. I don't have any advice. Sometimes it just pours out, or you just keep that shit in until you're dead. I don't have any sound advice for that. I'm sorry. I wish I did. Do you play Splatoon? I do not. I remember when it came out for the Wii U, I thought it looked fascinating, but then I just never got a chance, then it never really appealed to me. The designs look cute, though. And I love the Woomy noises, they're adorable. Yeah, it just wasn't for me. I have, like, very weird tastes in video games. I feel like if you, like, saw, like, what my most occurring, like Steam games were, it would probably be Final Fantasy XIV when I was still playing it, Devil May Cry 4, I'm gonna admit to that right now, it's a fun game, Elden Ring, Legend of Zelda's, and on occasion, Divinity 2 Original Sin. This is the longest time you've ever spent playing on a game. We'll take FF14 out of the picture, because that would be the easiest answer. There's so much hours poured into that game. If that's the case. Tales of Vesperia, I think, when I had it for the Xbox 360, I think I clocked in a very gentleman's 224 hours. Just gonna let that sit for a second. Yeah, it's a lot of hours, but I need you guys to understand something. I need you guys to understand something. When you play as this man, you want all of the screen time possible. Look at him. Better yet, let's find a clearer picture of him. Let's find him. There we go. There we go. No. It's another wet pee. Why? Why? Oh, this is a better version of the first one. Whatever. But yeah. He's hot. He's hot, man. Put a lot of hours in. And then also Judith in the game, and she's hot. And Raven's in it, and he's hot. There's a lot of hot characters in the game. It's not fair. Are we filling the corner up? No. Maybe. Trying to find a better picture of Yuri. Please. Is this... Please tell me this is a normal image. Please tell me this... Does this work? Will this work? No! No! I hate this because... I'm actually at the direct link, and it says .jpeg, and then you save it, and then it immediately switches it to WebP. Let's see if I can cheat. A little thing called cheating. Does this work? Ah, I cheated. It worked. There we go. Look at him. Look at him. If Johnny Bravo was an awakening, Yuri Lowell set it in fucking stone. I'm gonna put him in the corner here. We have a lot of men. There's a lot of men going on here. I feel like we need to be equal opportunists here, so why don't we get Judith as well? Let's get Judith as well. Just so it feels fair. Change it to all files, judith.jpg. Does that work? It works. There's Judith. Yeah, it was... Yeah. This is... Yeah. It was, oh, God. The corner's being overfloated by hot people. Your favorite kind of dragon design? Haku from Spirited Away. That was a really good dragon design. And the burbs, yeah. We gotta get the burbs out of there. We'll put Johnny with the hot people, and Kirby, and Birds can be right next to me. There we go. Ah yes, PM's typed. Hot enemy people, Johnny Bravo and Kirby. No, not Kirby. I mean, I love his video games, but no, Kirby, please. No, just stay a tiny little ball. Put the Spinosaurus in there. You're right. You're right. We need a Spinosaurus, and then that'll be... This will be how we end the stream. Because I said it was only gonna be an hour, and I already went overboard. But yeah, we'll end with a Spinosaurus. Let's get it. All right, you guys ready for my favorite dinosaur of all time? Time to pull out that autistic card. It's the Spinosaurus. Yeah. That's a big man. He's gonna take out the whole that screen. Just pull bigger. More. There he is. We gotta protect the birds. He's gonna protect the birds. You know what? This would actually be a fun, just like joke, like avatar to have for like April Fool's stream. It's just like I just do Spinosaurus avatar, and he just like shakes when I speak. So it's like, look at his little face. Look at his face. Fishy. Spinosaurus. Yeah. Beautiful face. And I love the Spinosaurus's face. He's like, it's like if someone took an alligator and it was like, fuck it, we're gonna put you on a dinosaur body, but you'll have the head. It's just like, I don't know what higher power was cooking that day, but boy, did they cook. Anyway, let's go. I think we should clean all this up now. Oh my god, Mario, that's a great idea. Put the Spinosaurus in the bottom corner and have never address it. Yes. Oh, that's a brilliant idea. Oh, I love it. And then I'm probably gonna have to clip this so like people can understand why the fuck is this in the corner? And then like go dead silent at the end of a video and then just play this clip and they'll be like, god damn it. Just pull him here. Okay. He protects Johnny Bravo. Oh, it looks like he's holding Kirby. He's like, I made this. Alright. I do feel a lot better. Thank you guys for listening to all the shit I did want to talk about at the beginning. I know that was a lot. And, you know, kind of taking mind off it now with the Q&A was really nice. I appreciate all of you. You guys are the real champs for sticking by. Hopefully we'll return next week to stream with Twilight Princess, or I might just bite the bullet and try the Majora's Mask PC port. We'll see. Because that does look like it is complete and doesn't look like it has any bugs to it so far. And I do love Majora's Mask. It's a cool game. But yeah, appreciate all of you. Love you guys. And I'll see you next time. Au revoir. Goodbye. Goodbye.